Jai Gurudev. Good. Did you practice all week? Yes. Or you didn't remember also to practice, huh? Try to. Yeah. Any questions on the meditation?
I was curious to find out prana, so I did.
You're curious to find out prana, so?
So I did practice.
Oh, good, good, good. You found it?
I found it.
Good discovery. You found it, Aruna auntie. Good, good, good. Yeah.
It was interesting though. Last class is very interesting.
Yeah.
We learned. I know it's very good practical made.
Today, could you feel that energy here outside? Till
Yes,
here?
and hear us.
Yeah. And in the pit of your stomach?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's an energy, that magnetic energy moves the breath up and down, up and down. Yeah.
And we have that gap, that 1, 2 gap, 3, 4 or whatever. At that time we feel it. I haven't been fortunate enough like Karuna, so I have another thing to share. I haven't found the prana yet, but I was reintroduced to breathing today, like just breathing down the entire breathing cycle into 4 parts, not 2 parts. This is what I was struggling last time when you asked. So I was caught up in that 12 finger, but today what I noticed was when you're breathing in, like let's say all the breath is out, and the first, like you start breathing in the air which is closest. So now you have to pay attention to the breath that is going in, and also like the new breath that is coming in. So there are 2 parts which go simultaneously. It's as if like a row. Everything is out, and then it's simultaneously going in and then coming out, coming in, going in, coming out. And then that's how you follow. Otherwise, I was just looking at it as a point wise, You focus on the point.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, the force is not like on a particular point, it's a continuous force. And that is why if you focus for really 15 minutes without missing a single breath, at the end it will be like as if you're experiencing a rope really. The way you described, actually you feel that energy. And it is the energy, it is not the breath that you're feeling anymore. That is why you feel it in front of your forehead. It's like going all the way like that. It's a curved shape, like this shaped kind of energy. That is the prana. Beautiful. Very nice.
You can't copy my answer. If you're the best, I have nowhere to go but to follow your steps.
Good. Everybody is very clear, no? Yeah. Continue practicing this. Yes. Until Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I'm coming in November. Those who don't know, until that time, you have to keep practicing this. From there, we'll take one step further, deeper. Yeah. The people who are not on Yoga Vasistha, they'll just be introduced, but you will have already practiced and reached a point. Yeah. So it'll really help you. So we read only the first paragraph last week. Who's going to continue reading today? So look, page 242, second paragraph.
Even the contemplation of the self, and consciousness, banishes sorrow, terminates the long dream vision of the world appearance, purifies the mind and the heart, and dispels worries and misfortunes. But this contemplation of the self has comrades, as it were, that closely resemble such contemplation. Among them is the contemplation of the life force or prana, which enables one to overcome sorrow and to promote auspiciousness. It is that contemplation of prana that has bestowed longevity and also self-knowledge on me. Lord, look at this enchanting body, which is supported by three pillars, the three bodies of the three nadis, and endowed with 9 gates, and which is protected by the ego sense, which has 8 consorts, the Puryastaka, and several relatives, the root elements. Enclosed right in the middle of this body are the subtle Ida and Pingala. These are 3 lotus-like wheels. These wheels are composed of bones and flesh. When the vital air wets the wheels, the petals or the radii of these lotus-like wheels begin to vibrate. The vital airs expand on account of their expansion. These nadi thereupon radiate above and below. Sages call these vital airs by different names: prana, apana, samana, etc., on account of their diverse functions. These functions derive their energy from the central psychic center, which is the heart lotus. That energy which thus vibrates in the heart lotus is known as prana. It enables the eyes to see, the skin to feel, the mouth to speak, the food to be digested, and it performs all the functions in the body. It has 2 different roles, one above and one below. And it is then known as and apana, respectively. I am devoted to them. They are free from fatigue, shine like the sun and the moon in the heart, are like the cartwheels of the mind, which is the guardian of the city known as the body, and are the favorite horses of the king known as ego sense. Being devoted to them, I live as if in deep sleep, forever in homogeneous consciousness. He who adores the prana and the apana thus is not reborn in this world again, and he is free from all bondage.
Okay. So this is very complicated and lots of information. This is very complicated and lots of information in just 3 paragraphs there. Yeah, so we'll go step by step. In the first paragraph, he just told us that your ragas and dveshas create your karma. Yes, and this karma is responsible for the cycle of birth and death and birth and death. Yes, and we went into the depth of how so many negativities, negative emotions inside me get generated. We did that last week. Yeah, little sensation comes up because of contact with the external stimuli, either some sukha sensation or dukkha sensation. I react to that sensation. Yeah, that sensation is nothing but vedana, and my reaction to sukha is I want it, and my reaction to dukkha is I don't want it. Yeah, this want or don't want is vichara. Yeah, along with the vichara, hand in hand is the vasana. That sensation again developed because of the vichara. That now says, oh, I want, and wants to move in that direction and pull it towards itself. Yeah? And this vicious cycle continues. That same Vedana, Vasana, Vichara, Vasana, Vasana again becomes another Vedana, again Vichara, again Vasana, and that vicious cycle creates impressions of these ragas and dveshas in my consciousness. Yeah? So he says, a smart person, a wise person, a jnani knows how to get over these evils of lust, greed, hatred, lots of negative stuff he mentioned, right, in the first paragraph. So this was a summary of the first paragraph that I just told you. So first step is recognizing I have these negativities and dropping reaction towards them is the first way. The second way is to divert my energy away from them towards the self, towards the contemplation of the self. Yeah. But will this happen so easily? Oh, I don't want to look at my negativities. Yeah? I want to continue doing all the negative things in the world, and now I'm going to sit and contemplate on the self. Is it going to happen? No. To even be able to contemplate on the self, a certain level of purity is required. Have you noticed? If the mind is full of impure thoughts, some negativity, you won't even be able to just sit and meditate. You won't be able to go within and relax. This contemplation of self is nothing but meditation, and the first paragraph is nothing but application of jnana. Got it? If I have not done application of jnana, I will not be able to meditate. Yes? With application of jnana, I let go of impurities, become a little pure, become a little clear, and then my meditation goes deeper. Got it? So, contemplation of the self, which is the infinite consciousness, banishes sorrow. When I meditate, when I go into that silence and just be in that silence, even for a fraction of a second, if it happened to you when you did this gap to meditation, you're just observing the prana in, out, in, out. In that energy, the mind had stopped. Did you notice? If it didn't happen the complete 15 minutes, at least 15 seconds, yeah, or 15 fractions of 1 second, somewhere the mind stopped. Complete standstill. Yes, in that silence, an impression is caused on the consciousness. Yes, that impression helps you calm down, relax more and more. It's like with bad karma, I have put one impression. With the impression of silence, I erase this. Got it? Silence is like the eraser and your karma is like the marker. Now I can't put a marker here to show you. Yeah, karma is like the black marker with all my vasanas, vedanas, and one impression of silence is like the eraser. It erases it out. Yes, that is how it banishes sorrow. Sorrow is nothing but something that will come from this impression sitting there, no? Yeah. Now this silence went and erased that impression. So it banished sorrow. A possible seed of future dukkha has been erased. Got it? So it banishes sorrow, terminates the long dream vision of the world appearance. Means what? Again and again, if I keep erasing some karma, keep erasing, I will come to a completely clean white board. Yeah? The impression of samsara falls off from my consciousness. And when that impression of samsara falls off, yeah, I am no more bound to the cycle of birth and death. I will not come back again. Got it? So, the long dream vision of the world appearance will terminate, will end that way. It purifies the mind and the heart and dispels worries and misfortunes. This we understood very well. Yeah? Some dukkha, some sukha had created an impression. I erased that impression. Obviously, the potentiality of this impression was to lead to future dukkha or sukha. Yeah? I have banished that. I have erased that, terminated that. So, obviously, I have become free of worry and misfortune. But this contemplation of the self has comrades, as it were, that closely resemble such contemplation. Among them is the contemplation of the life force or prana. Yeah? So, contemplation of the self has a best friend, and that best friend is contemplation of prana. Yeah? So, in the previous Bhagavad Gita, we were observing prana, going up and down the spine, and Gurudev told you very clearly that at the last moment, just before you kick the bucket, if your focus is in drawing that energy from the base of the spine to the crown, you move the prana up, and that's how you release the soul. You will not come back into the cycle of birth and death. Yes? So, prana is like the best friend of the soul. Got it? How they are best friends? So, either you contemplate that Purusha, that self or the causal body, or you contemplate on the prana. It is the same, because they are best friends. Yeah? This enables one to overcome sorrow and to promote auspiciousness. I already explained how sorrow gets wiped off. You don't come back into the cycle of birth and death. And that is the only auspicious thing, really. Not coming back. Or at least having that free will to say, yes, I want to go back, or I don't want to go back. Were you asked before coming into this body, do you want to come into the body of Jayashree? Do you want to be born here? Do you want to get married to Subbu? Nothing. You were just planted in that house. Auntie, uncle were there. Your mom and dad. You were not given that freedom. Why? Because of the bondage of previous lifetimes karma. Subbu is also previous lifetimes karma. So is Sujaya. The entire family structure in which we are. Yes, this is something I'm carrying from my previous janma, my previous lifetime. This is bondage. Getting out of this bondage, becoming free of this bondage, yes, where I am not even asked, is auspiciousness. Got it? Becoming free of this bondage, where actually you have a choice whether you want to come back or you don't want to come back. And if you want to come back, where do you want to come? Who do you want to be born to? Which city, which country, everything is your choice. That is auspiciousness. Got it? Coming back to give to the world. Coming back to spread this knowledge is auspiciousness. It is that contemplation of prana that has bestowed longevity and also self-knowledge on me. Yes, this is Bhushunda speaking. You remember, no? He's been living for hundreds of years. So he's saying that this longevity, this is how I got it. Yes. Now, he'll take you deeper into something absolutely new that you have not heard before. This is nothing but contemplation of the self banishes sorrow. Now we go deeper into the subtle body. First, before we go into the subtle body, what are the three bodies? The physical body, which you are all aware of. Around the physical body is the subtle body. It is around. And we learned last time it is 12 fingers space away from the physical body. this much distance away from my physical body is almost like a balloon, or Eskimos wear that big fluffy jacket, no? It's almost like that. You're wearing that. That is your subtle body. What is the subtle body composed of? We did this last time. The thought body, the emotional body, and the pranic body. All three together form the subtle body. Yes? And outside the subtle body is the causal body. Yes. This is the body that you feel when you really expand in meditation. You feel that expansion. This is the body you experience when you are in joy, when you're in love, the expansion that you feel. Yes. Three bodies are very clear. We have covered this before. Yeah. We'll do the 9 gates. This also we've done before. What are the 9 gates? We learnt it in Kathopanishad, where the soul leaves the body. Yeah? The genitals or the excretory organs, these are 2. Yeah? You come up, third is the mouth. Yeah? You come up, fourth is the 2 nostrils. They are counted separately. Yeah? And then the 2 ears, the 2 eyes, and in case of yogis, the crown. These are the 9 gates of the body. Yeah, the soul leaves from here. We've discussed this in detail in Kathopanishad. Yeah, I think we did it in one of the Bhagavad Gitas also. Yeah. So 3 bodies very clear, 9 gates very clear. Yeah. Now, what is Puryastaka? He mentioned Puryastaka in this paragraph. Yeah. Before we go to the paragraph, first we'll understand what is Puryastaka. Your subtle body is called Puryastaka. Till now we only use the English word, na? Puryastaka. We never use the word Puryastaka. Yeah. So your subtle body, which we already discussed, is more of this pranic body, the thoughts and the emotions. Yes, it is comprised of 172,000 nadis running through the pranic body. They are nothing but energy channels. And the prana that you were following today, yeah, in and out, in and out. This prana is again of 5 major types. There are actually more types of prana, yeah, but the 5 major types that we have learned earlier also, those are the ones that we will cover today in this pranic body. Out of that, one prana is very simple, which is you were following today, that was in the heart area, and it is called the prana. Yeah. So it's very confusing. First of all, they say prana is flowing in 172,000 nadis, and then they have different types of prana, and that different types of prana, one is prana. They could have given it a different name, yeah. But to confuse you even more, out of the 172,000 nadis running in the body, moving through the channels of prana, there are five main vayus, and one of them is prana. Got it? Yeah, that one we actually experienced today. Yeah. We also experienced apana, which is the opposite of prana. Yeah. So I'll just explain to you. When I'm breathing from my stomach or from the heart lotus, I'm breathing out until the subtle body in front of me, till Dwadashanta. This breath from inside to outside is prana. The breath from outside back inside to the heart lotus is apana. Got it? So it is prana, apana, prana, apana. What is the easier way to remember it? Prana moves upwards and outwards. Apana moves inwards and downwards. Yeah. These two we have experienced today, and it's very clear. Yeah. So these we can keep aside. There are three more which we will do after we understand the Puryastaka. Yeah. So now what is this Puryastaka? We understood prana flows through it. We understood apana also. We've experimented today. Yes. What else does this subtle body contain? What else is it made up of? Take your understanding or memory back to the beginning of Yoga Vasistha, where he said that you were in one big pool of consciousness, and then from that pool of consciousness there's a vibration. In that vibration, you caught on to that vibration and said, I. At that time, this is born. Puryastaka is born. Got it? Now, when Puryastaka is born, what does Puryastaka comprise of? It comprises of all these pranavayus, the five types of pranavayus, and it comprises of something called tanmatra. We've done this a little bit in Ashtavakra Gita, if you remember. Yeah? Tanmatra means the mother of elements. Yeah. What are the elements you know? Earth, water, fire, ether, air. But these are outside. Yeah, this is all in the creation. Right now, I am still in the pool of consciousness. I have just identified with that first vibration. I've just said I, yeah, and this is formed. There's no physical body that you see inside this. That is not there. Just the electricity, yeah, and these nadis have just got formed. Yes, there is another thing which has got formed, is that tanmatra, the mother of element. And what are these tanmatras? And what is their function? Don't get too confused here. We know these gross elements: earth, water, fire, ether, air. Yeah, this is very clear. Ether is related to my sense of hearing. We've done this in Ashtavakra. Yes. Air is related to sense of touch. If there is no air, I will not be able to experience touch. Yeah. Fire is related to sense of sight or seeing. Water is related to sense of taste, and earth is related to sense of smell. We know these two columns very well. Yeah. Now, this is in the gross world, no? I have still not come here. I am still in the consciousness pool. Just a vibration arose and I said I. Puryastaka formed. Yes? Puryastaka has something called Tanmatra, the mother of these elements. Yes? And what are they? Shabda Tanmatra. Shabda means sound. Yeah, it's a Sanskrit word for sound. Shabda Tanmatra already is born with the birth of the subtle body, with the birth of Puryastaka. Sparsha Tanmatra. What is Sparsha? Touch. Rupa Tanmatra. Rupa is form. Rasa Tanmatra. Ras, flavor, or like taste, but more like flavor. Yeah. And Gandha Tanmatra. Smell. Yeah. This is a part of Puryastaka. Yeah. So let me stretch your memory a little bit. In Ashtavakra, Guruji said, you have a little bit of fire element already within you. That is why you can see through the eyes. That is why you can see light outside. Because you already have that tanmatra within you. Yeah, and he left it at that. He didn't explain too much. Yeah, within you means what? This is what he meant. It is in the Puryastaka. Clear? So this mother of element inside the Puryastaka says, I want to be earth, I want to be air, I want to be water. Yes, whatever it desires, it becomes that. It might say, I want to be cockroach. Yeah, it's a combination of all the tanmatras and outside into earth. Yes, doesn't matter what the desire is. Everything comes out of the Puryastaka only. The mother of element is a part of the subtle body. Clear? Now there is an equation as to what is required to form these tanmatras. For ether element to be formed, Shabda Tanmatra is required. Pure Shabda Tanmatra leads to formation of ether element. Ether is created by pure Shabda Tanmatra. It does not require anything else. Yeah, that means other elements are a mixture of the Tanmatras. Air is created by a combination of Shabda Tanmatra and Sparsha Tanmatra. Got it? Fire is created by combination of Shabda Tanmatra, Sparsha Tanmatra and Rupa Tanmatra. All three are required for fire element. Jal or water is created by Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa and Rasa. Rasa Tanmatra. All four are required for water element. And for earth, all five are required. Yeah. Shabda, Sparsha, Rasa, Rupa and Gandha Tanmatra. All five together create the earth element. Yeah. This is so interesting, no? The Puryastaka itself has all this. And how does this combination happen? Desire. Just a desire in me says, oh, I want to be water. All these four tanmatras are already in me in the Puryastaka. They just come together. Got it? In me, something says, I want to be fire. These three tanmatras are already there. They just come together. Yeah? Or a desire in me to be a butterfly. Yeah? Earth. All the five tanmatras come together. Got it? So it's a permutation and combination of the tanmatras that leads to the elements. Yeah? Not just tanmatras. Tanmatras along with mind, intellect and ego. All this is the Puryastaka. Yeah? So again, Shabda Tanmatra, Rasa Tanmatra, Gandha Tanmatra, Sparsha Tanmatra and Rupa Tanmatra, and mind, intellect and ego. These 8 form the Puryastaka. Clear?
So, in one of the Bhagavad Gita, you talked about this entire equation, right? Every human being is a combination percentage of one water, fire, ether, air. So, it's one level deeper that of all those combinations, there is another deeper combination which is creating those in the physical form.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is one level deeper than that. That was a gross equation. This is a subtle equation. This subtle equation leads to that gross equation. That leads to the formation of the external physical form.
So, in that, you also explained how no two combinations are the same. Every combination is different.
Yes.
So is this combination absolute?
Yes, these combinations again have percentages.
So they're not absolute. They change from person to person.
They will change. Absolutely. Yes, they will change. From even 2 stones, they say, do not have the same percentages of the tanmatras. 2 leaves of the same plant will not have the same percentages, the exact same equation. Yeah? So 2 humans, so bahut dur ki baat hai. It's totally out of question. Even 2 little earth things, 2 pebbles, 2 grains of sand will have a different permutation and combination of these 5 tanmatras here.
For us, this is scripture is the proof, right? Scriptures and Rishis sayings are proof. No proof otherwise.
How sweet. Actually, if you really meditate, auntie, make really that effort and go within, you can experience all this inside. Yeah.
our own experience is our own.
That is a better proof.
Not for me, I have to say, I can understand, but for the doubting people, if we say this is it, then
Oh, you forget the other people. This is for me. Take it for yourself, auntie. Let them take their time to come here. It's okay. Yeah? Okay, let me tell you one secret, which I was not going to talk about, but if you're really observant, when you close your eyes, you can still see some light. Yeah? For some time, you will see that light, and then an inner eye closes. And then there is complete darkness. Have you noticed? There is an external indri and there is an internal indriya. Where is that internal indriya? No doctor can talk about it. They'll say, oh, there is just one eyelid. That's it. Where is that internal indriya? It is this everybody experiences, that there is an internal eye also which closes after a while, and completely there is then darkness inside. Then I go to sleep. Everybody experiences this, but only a very subtle consciousness can recognize this and put it into words. Yeah, otherwise we are walking as if we are totally in a dreamlike state, totally unconscious in life, unaware of whatever is happening, totally lost in the gross physical world. Yeah. But even in this gross physical world, these eyes are so physical. Just being aware and observing. Close your eyes now and see. You can still see some light, right? Keep them closed and see in a moment, maybe the internal eyes close.
so people who are blind or who are deaf, they have this internal indriya elevated.
Absolutely, absolutely. That is why they say, no, that, oh, we have a sixth sense, something else works. Yeah, that person might not be able to see, but still exactly at the door knows that I have to turn right now. How does this happen? Yeah? That Rupa Tanmatra is still there, even in a visually impaired man. Yeah? He can also still have that sensation of light is still there.
To tie the Kathopanishad units of life to all this,
Combination of earth, all these five tanmatras here lead to different permutations of earth. Yeah, this body is also earth. Yeah, but here there is more water, there is more air compared to the computer or to the table. Yes, so the units of life also depend on the percentages here. Here, for a human body, the percentage of sparsha and the percentage of the light, the form, will be higher than in a stone. There is no sparsha in a stone. There is no sense of light in a stone. So again, it is the same equation that he brought up, no? It's the equation again. The percentage in that equation for a human is higher, and for a stone, a computer is lower.
when we talk about the sensations that arise in us, we talk about the waking words. Does it connect to this that mantras? Is that where the sensations come in? Is that what we're trying to
Yes.
wake up words and across?
Yes. Sensations arise first in your nadis, experience sensations. What are sensations? That also he actually explained very well here. Yeah. We'll go to the next slide where it shows your Ida and Pingala. Remember doing it? Just let me go to the next slide. Here, the blue one is Ida, yeah? The yellow is the Pingala, and the white one is Sushumna. Yeah? And through the Sushumna, you take your Prana Shakti and you go up. Now, for the ease of understanding, they are exactly vertical here. They are not vertical at all in your Puryastaka. It's totally, like a whirled around your spine and going up. Almost it forms like a flower. Yeah, that is why they are called lotuses. Three lotuses. You remember the three lotuses he spoke about in that paragraph? He's talking about these three. They whirl around your spine and they go up like that. Yeah. So, what are sensations really? Sensation is nothing but contact with an external object. The moment there is contact with an external object, yeah, sensation arises. Where does it first arise? First, it arises in the three lotuses. The three lotuses become wet. That's all very poetic. It's direct translation, but become wet because of the pranavayu moving through these. Means what? When I experience hatred or anger or anything because of an external object, it vibrates the air inside me first. That vibration of air is what I experience as anger. That vibration of air inside is the experience of hatred, or that heaviness in my stomach because of that air becoming heavy is the experience of jealousy. Got it? This is happening all at my Ida, Pingla, Sushumna and the other nadis also. Yeah, but these are the three main nadis which help me form these sensations at all the chakras. There are many more sensations in the body. We didn't describe tingling anywhere in any of the chakras. Where is tingling? But I experience tingling. Yeah. Yeah, I experience tickling. You tickle me, I'll run away and start laughing. Where did we describe that? So there are other sensations happening in many other nadis. But the main sensations which create karma are in the chakras. That's why we spoke about them. Got it? So sensations are nothing but the vibration of the vital airs in the nadis. So now that we've come here, let me also explain the vital airs. We've done these before in Vasistha. It looks like a complicated diagram. We'll go slowly, step by step. We did the pranavayu. You see the yellow circle in the heart. This is the pranavayu. The pranavayu moves in the heart region upwards and outwards. Yeah, this is the pranavayu in the heart region. Second vayu is the samana vayu. It is just in your abdomen. Yeah, it moves in your abdomen. It helps you in digestion, in giving you a good liver, good stomach. It helps you there in those things. In the lower abdomen, genitals area, and going down to the feet, to the soles of the feet, you will have apana. I explained to you prana. Prana goes upwards and outwards. Apana goes inwards and downwards. And from the lower chakra, from your genitals and excretory chakras, it goes down to the feet. Yeah? That is apana vayu. 3 clear? Yeah, prana is the chest, apana is the lower body, in the middle is samana, in my stomach or abdomen. In my head is udana, the full head, udana vayu. Yeah, it takes care of the brain, of all the 5 senses, yeah, and the functioning of the intellect. All this is taken care of by udana vayu. And there is a vayu which goes all around the Suryastaka. It is called the Vyana vayu. This outside circle, yeah, is the Vyana vayu. It goes all around the subtle body. These are the 5 main vayus. Clear? These vayus are the reason that your nadis can vibrate and produce sensations, and you experience that sensation and then you start reacting to that sensation. Yeah. Absolutely clear? Now we can read that paragraph. Now you've got all the big terms. Before we go ahead, any questions?
I'm just having a hard time understanding this. So you said prana is rising up and out.
Yeah. Apana is in, and now it goes all the way down till the tips of your toes. So
So
difficult.
when I'm taking prana, there is no apana.
Huh?
When there is prana, there is no apana.
No. Prana is upwards and outwards. Don't think about the breath.
No. So when there is a prana,
Yeah.
there is no apana.
No. Prana is going up and out, then apana goes in. It's like a flow of energy, no? Just like your breath, when it is going out, at the same time it's not going in. You have to wait. Same way, that energy is moving through the same channels in and out. So you have to wait. Prana comes out, and then apana starts going in, and then it goes all the way to the tips of your toes.
Okay, so in between, there is transformation of this energy going through different nadis, which takes care of different organs and different
Organs.
parts.
Yes.
Even though it's the same energy, it is going some kind of a transformation on its way.
Yes. For example, suppose you go to an Ayurvedic doctor and you have some stomach problem, they'll say, oh, something is wrong with your samana vayu. Eat this, do this, don't do this. They'll tell you all these different dietary things and different kinds of exercises. It's not even medicine. There's not even medicine. Just basic lifestyle changes to again let your samana vayu start moving again properly. Yeah, it's amazing how that Ayurvedic sciences are.
Mudra pranayam also it directs the prana to certain areas.
Absolutely.
When we are doing the Haiva meditation, you feel that when you are contemplating there, the prana is there.
Absolutely.
Prana in different, all these chakras areas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, Auntie.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Even the bandhas that you do you learn in the advanced course you do after your Vastrika, even the bandhas are targeting these vayus. It's amazing. Someday if you're not feeling good, just doing a good nadi shodhan really helps you. How? The prana and the apana get balanced. It's just amazing how it does it.
That's what Guruji said one time, that our kriya every day balances all these vibes in the body.
Exactly. That is why he recommends do short kriya every day. It helps in balancing of the vibes. Yeah. But now if we explain this on the happiness program, people will run away. 5 values are clear? Yes? Can we read the paragraph now?
So that's why when we do like Naivedya to God, we do this. We invite these vibes.
Yes. All the Panchavayus are invited.
That means we are just invoking those vibes inside, but they know.
Well, some people know, some pundits know, some just learn it by heart, auntie.
I'm saying these vibes know that we are invoking.
Oh, so sweet. How it works is Vayu is nothing but a part of my mind complex. No, forget the physical body. The physical body is not even born. It is a part of the mind complex. If I'm totally focused and I'm concentrating within, yeah, I'm letting go of all negativity outside and focusing within. I am actually, what am I doing? I am moving all these vayus back into their proper channels. I am actually invoking that only. In meditation, what are you doing? You are in a way invoking all these vayus to move in their proper channels. That is what they say, na? An Ayurvedic doctor will say, oh, your pranavayu is not in the proper channel. That is why you are so moody and you keep getting angry. Yeah, do this, do that. How my anger is related to my pranavayu? I did not get it. Yeah? The doctor will not explain it to you, but this is what it is. The Puryastaka is just the mind. And if I focus within and move from the negativity outside to the silence within, automatically everything gets into its channel. It just falls into that channel automatically because I am within. That is how meditation works. Yeah? But because we cannot prove Puryastaka, as in the laboratory, I cannot dissect a human body and remove Puryastaka outside. There is no way to prove to somebody scientifically this is what is happening to you in meditation. Yeah? It can only be experienced. Yeah? So far clear? Can we read it? Who's going to read?
She already had its you.
Okay. Even the contemplation of the self, if we finish that one. Lord, look at this enchanting body which is supported by 3 pillars, the 3 bodies or the 3 nadis. Yeah? The 3 bodies are physical, subtle and causal. So we already did that revision right now. And we also did the 3 nadis. He's put a question mark because he was not clear what it is, but it is the 3 bodies, the causal, the physical and the subtle. It is endowed with the 9 gates. We did the 9 gates, which is protected by the ego sense, which has 8 consorts. The Puryastaka. What are the 8 consorts? The 5 tanmatras and mind, intellect and ego. These are the 8 consorts. Yeah? And several relatives, the root elements. Root elements, earth, water, fire, ether, air. Yeah? They are born out of the Puryastaka only, but still they are enumerated separately here. Enclosed right in the middle of this body are the subtle Ida and the Pingala. These are 3 lotus-like wheels. These wheels are composed of bones and flesh. When the vital airs wets the wheels, the petals or the radii of these lotus-like wheels begin to vibrate. This I told you. All the vayus, when they start moving in and out, these three nadis, which are lotus-like, I explained to you how they are lotus-like. They go round and round your spine. They whirl around your spine. Yeah, that's how they are lotus-like. And then they get wet. Yeah, and they start vibrating. That is what is you sensation or Vedana that you experience.
Is that in the subtle body?
Yes, Auntie. This is the full description of the subtle body. Yes. Though it still says bones and flesh, understand here that bones and flesh in the physical body are formed around the lotus, the radii of the lotus. Yeah. Finally, it is the Ida, Pingala and Sushumna Nadi, wherever they form the lotuses, that is going to give the structure to the physical body. Yeah, the structure of the physical body of an ant will be very different from that of the human body. So the Puryastaka of the ant will also be very different. Yes, its lotus-like wheels will be very different or very tiny and at different locations compared to that of a human. Yeah. It can go deeper and deeper into this. We'll go into it when we do Vedas and Puranas.
Question about when you move the wheels and the vibration. So that sensation is something you can connect with even meditation, right?
Yes.
The vibration that we feel inside is one of those. I mean, is that what it is? It just feels like a getting triggered or whatever. Is that it, or is this the sensation that comes from?
It's the sensation that comes. You don't really feel the exact vibration. If you really sit and meditate, at least an hour-long meditation, not Kriya, no sound, not a guided meditation, an absolutely silent meditation where you are just witnessing your body from top to bottom, from bottom to top, and you're just witnessing your breath, and you're just witnessing yourself, just witnessing pure silence and pure witnessing. You will come to a point in that 1 hour where you can experience your complete body as a mass of vibrations. This is that vibration they're talking about. Yeah, but this you cannot experience like this while walking, talking, because your full focus is outside. Your 100% focus has to be on the Puryastaka. Then only can you experience what I'm saying. Yeah. So a point comes where you just realize you are pure prana. You cannot feel the body at all. I've spoken about this earlier. Yeah? You cannot feel the heaviness of this physical body. Yeah? Even if you move your hand a little, you will not feel the movement of your own hand. It won't move, basically. You won't be able to move. You become so numb at the physical level because you're completely inside. Yeah? It's a very different kind of experience to experience yourself as a mass of vibrations. And when that experience comes, through the inner eye, you can actually experience everything is vibrations. The wall is vibrations, the entire house is vibrations, this table, this TV, everything is vibrating. If there are other people in the room meditating, they are also mass of vibrations. Yeah? And it is said that yogis, even with open eyes, can see everything as a vibration.
You can see the matrix.
Yeah. These nadi thereupon radiate above and below. So the vital airs expand. As the Panchavayu expand the nadis, The nadis in turn expand the panchavayu. It works like a mechanism inside actually, and that creates that expansion contraction inside you. Yeah, and you experience that very beautifully in meditation when Gurudev says that you expand yourself throughout the room, then throughout the city. You've done that, no? Aura meditation, and you actually experience yourself expanding. How does that happen? Yeah, because you move from your subtle body, these vayus expand, they expand the nadis and push you out into the causal body, and then you can just expand. But if someday you are stuck in a lot of negative emotion, how much ever Gurudev says, expand to the whole city, to the whole country, you are stuck there only. Have you noticed? Yeah, because I'm not letting go of my puryastaka. I'm not letting go of that particular nadi that has been affected by that hatred or anger or jealousy, whatever happened before. Yeah, holding on to that, and I'm not letting that expand. You getting it? Yeah? That expansion is just that awesome feeling that you have when you are very joyous, when you're very happy, when you're in love. Yeah? Similarly in meditation. Yeah? Sages call these vital airs by different names: prana, apana, samana, and we did the other two also, udana and vyana, on account of their diverse functions. These functions derive their energy from the central psychic center, which is the heart lotus. Which is the heart lotus? Where you are feeling your prana begin in the pit of your stomach. Right there is the heart lotus. Yeah? Right where you experience that internal kumbhaka, that internal gap in your stomach. That is the heart lotus. And that is called the psychic center of the puryastaka, of the subtle body. That energy which thus vibrates in the heart lotus is known as prana. It enables the eyes to see, the skin to feel, the mouth to speak, the food to be digested, and it performs all the functions in the body. It has two different roles, one above and one below, and it is then known as prana and apana respectively. Yeah? That energy which from the heart lotus goes up and outwards is prana, that which goes in and downwards and to the tips of the toes is apana. I am devoted to them. They are free from fatigue, shine like the sun and the moon in the heart, are like the cartwheels of the mind, which is the guardian of the city known as the body, and are favorite horses of the king known as ego sense. All poetic license. There is really no horse and no king inside there. Yeah. It's all poetic license to tell you. He's bringing forth that very beautiful point which he did several pages ago or several chapters ago, where he said movement in prana leads to movement in mind. Remember? And cessation of prana will lead to the cessation of mind. You remember this? Yeah? And I had told you that it is like a three-plane. They tried to draw it also. Yeah, but we could not. We figured out some way to present it to you. Yeah, but I'll just explain it to you. Like imagine, yeah, this I showed you. Yeah, from behind, prana is going up and down. From the front, the mind starts going up and down. Yeah, and if you imagine a third plane, the breath also goes up and down. We already understood how the breath is moving with the prana. Now, he's telling you your ego sense or your mind also moves with the prana. Prana goes up, thoughts go up. Prana goes down, thoughts come down. Yes, he had explained this earlier, yeah, but I didn't have all this stuff to show you that time. Yeah. So we'll see this in the slide. Aditya has drawn something. Very carefully look at this slide. There is the body, yeah, and you will see the lungs expand and contract. This flame is the prana. This is the heart lotus. Okay, and here is your mind and your thoughts. Clear? You can see the three. Yeah, now I'll start it. What is this? The out breath. Yeah, you breathe out means the prana goes up. You saw it condensed there. Yeah, and thoughts went up. Yeah. This comes down, that goes back up. There's expansion in the chest. Yeah, and the thoughts come down. Yes. So as there is movement of this up and down, up and down, you can see the expansion, the breath moving up and down, and you can see the thoughts moving up and down. Yeah? Yes, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not just at the physical level that an incoming breath energizes you. It's also at the level of the Puryastaka. An incoming breath brings apana inside and takes it all the way down to the tips of the toes. Yeah. So it is actually bringing energy inside my whole body. When the apana goes down, on the way it meets samana in the stomach. It goes round and round. When it goes all the way down, the vyana, which goes all around the body, gets also circulated. It gets pushed to the feet, and from the feet, the vyana starts moving up. The vyana meets your udana at the top of the head, and here also the circulation starts. Yeah. Just one single in breath can cause this entire circulation of all the Panchavayu. Yeah. And obviously the Panchavayu also have their toxins or negativity, and that comes out through your prana, through your out breath. Yeah. That is why he says, when you breathe in, it energizes you. When you breathe out, it relaxes you because it throws away all that negativity. Yeah. So this is clear. Movement of prana not only causes movement in the breath in the physical body, but it also causes movement of thought. Yeah? Movement of prana leads to movement of thought. Cessation of prana will lead to cessation of thought. Remember this? Yeah. So what does it mean? Cessation of prana actually means cessation of the Puryastaka. Death of the mind. Yeah? When the Puryastaka dies, what will happen to me? obviously physical body is gone, the Puryastaka will die, and I'll go back to the pool of consciousness. Yes. And above. Yeah, Mahar Loka, Tapo Loka, Satloka, till there it is still there. Puryastaka still exists. Yeah. At the topmost level, at Satloka, you probably drop your Puryastaka and just merge with the consciousness. Yeah. That's how you go to the Brahmaloka. Okay, so here we made an effort to draw a three-plane kind of system, where here it is the pranic body on this side, here it is the thought body, and here it is the physical body. It's like a cube. Yeah, that's how your system really works. Your prana not only affects your breath in the physical body, but it affects the movement of thought in the mind. Yeah, that is why it is the cube. And the cube has been turned around in three places. It's the same cube. Just three faces are pranic body, physical body, and subtle body. Clear?
So when you say the sensation of prana is sensation of mind, but now it looks like you are saying that it is basically death of the Puryastaka, which means physical bodies are gone. But
Puryastaka is the subtle body. Physical body is gone anyways. Even the subtle body is gone.
The subtle body is gone too. But what do we call those living enlightened persons? From that we say that their mind is gone too, right?
Yeah.
But they have the physical body and they have the Puryastaka.
Yes, yes. They have the Puryastaka. We just say that the mind is gone is in that they will not indulge in the ragas and dveshas of the mind. They have killed the mind that way. They have become pure sakshi. Yeah. So the thought body does not operate along with the pranic body. Yeah. They do not let the thoughts become their master. Of course, it does not mean that they are mindless. They are intelligent. When it's required to get up and do a particular task and use the mind, they will use the mind. Yes, but mind is just their tool. Yeah.
Just there, but it is free from just raga and dvesha.
Yes.
But it is still working with this prana going up and down, and their thoughts are going up and down too, right?
Their thoughts will not go up and down. That is the part. When this prana is going up and down, their physical body will be working just like us. But here, this, what you're seeing, this cloud of thoughts will be not there, will be blank. Yeah. They are not indulging in thoughts like us. Got it? They have become the master. Yes.
Because they don't have the vasanas are reduced,
Yes.
their mind is pure and peaceful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So this is clear? This page is clear now?
Ekta, in all of this, where does the four layers of self come into the picture?
Self is now in the causal body. This is just the subtle body we spoke about. This whole description was just Puryastaka, only subtle body. We have not gone to the causal body at all yet. Yeah, and there also they have not provided much description. In the causal body, they said it is just like an existence, that's it. And the soul is the thumb-sized soul which exists in the causal body. Yeah, but that is different than Puryastaka or the subtle body.
When they say you have to meditate in your heart, so that heart is the
No, it's not the heart lotus. We are telling you go to the causal body. Yeah, if you remember in Kathopanishad, Gurudev says that that thumb-sized soul rests in your heart. It's the heart of the causal body, not in the subtle body. Subtle body is the cause of all problems. Yeah, causal body is the relief from all these problems.
So where is that heart?
It's in the causal body. You cannot pinpoint it on this body.
In this body there is no place.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, when you go into that silent space within and feel very calm, relaxed, that is the experience of the heart.
So there is no particular place in this
No.
area you have to come.
No. If they would give us a particular place, you know what you would do? Okay, chalo, they said it is on my nose. Now my nose is the heart. Let me focus on my nose, and you'll become skewed only. Become a chaknya looking at your nose. Yeah. That is why they decided not to give anything. You will get hold on to anything they give you, that where it is. That is why they didn't give you any clue about where it is. You figure it out. Yeah, and the one who figures it out finally in the end would not really keep looking at the nose even if it was there. Yeah. Okay. So this is just the subtle body. Be very clear. It's got nothing to do with the causal body, got nothing to do with the soul yet. Yeah. Very clear? Puryastaka, subtle body. Yes. रात को आके पूछूंगी. Yeah, what is Shabda Tanmatra? Tell me. What is the equation for fire element? You have to tell me which Tanmatras. Your eyes are going to be closed. You're sleeping in the night.
That is the exam question.
Okay. So let me complete this last paragraph. I didn't read the whole thing. That energy which thus vibrates in the heart lotus is known as prana. It enables the eyes to see, skin to feel, mouth to speak, food to be digested, and it performs all the functions in the body. It has two different roles, one above and one below, and it is then known as prana and apana respectively. I am devoted to them. They are free from fatigue, shine like the sun and moon in the heart, are like the cartwheels of the mind, which is the guardian of the city known as the body, and are the favorable horses of the king known as ego sense. Being devoted to them, I live as if in deep sleep, forever in homogeneous consciousness. Yeah? Homogeneous consciousness and as if in deep sleep means what? Just like when you go into deep sleep state of consciousness in the night, but you totally become unaware, no? Yeah, what happens in that deep sleep? The Puryastaka stops working. There is no ego, there is no intellect, there is no vasana, no vedana, no desire. All this drama belongs to the Puryastaka. When you're in a deep sleep state, all this drama has shut off. But the problem is that you are unconscious. You are unaware. So you're not experiencing that silence, that beauty. Yeah. Here Bhashunda is saying that I am living as if I'm in a deep sleep state. This entire Puryastaka is shut off even in waking state. Got it? When Puryastaka is completely shut off, and I am in the waking state as if I am in a deep sleep state. It is a homogeneous consciousness.
That's the Turiya Vasistha, right?
Sorry?
Turiya Vasistha, right?
Yes. This is called the Turiya Avastha, the fourth state. While living, Yeah, while I am in the waking state, I am completely aware, 100% conscious and 100% aware. Yeah. That is homogeneous consciousness. Clear?
It's come in the book before also, homogeneous consciousness, when they talked about the sensation, vibration, and how the eye got onto that vibration.
Yes, yes. He who adores the prana and apana thus is not reborn in this world again, and he is freed from all bondage. Yeah? So you don't have to really pray to prana and apana. Yeah? Don't create prana and apana murtis and start doing worship. Yeah? Oh, I'm adoring them. No. Just this little meditation that we learned. Just observing that prana go in and out, in and out, in and out. That is called adoration of prana and apana. That's it. Yeah, these are symbols. Don't hold on to symbols and create idols and temples out of them. Yeah, meditate. Keep meditating. Yeah.
So earlier you spoke, in the earlier page, you gave an example how cessation of prana is necessary for that experience. And here his approach seems to be using prana to reach that state. So he's not trying to stop the prana or seize it, he's using it to reach that state. So it's like everyone's approach is different to eventually get there. His approach is to not stop it, but to use it to get there.
Perfect. I am in the living body. Yes. Right now, I have karma of whatever, another 20, 30, 40 years, whatever that period is there. So, I have to use this to my maximum benefit, no? And what do I have right now? My breath, my prana. Let me use this. So, using the prana, which is the comrade of the soul, if I don't have the skill to go to the Purusha and establish myself, at least let me use the best friend of the Purusha. That is the prana. For these 30, 40, 50 years, whatever my life is, using the prana, I come to that stillness. I come to that soul. I become so perfected in the next 30, 40 years. Probably I can become a Jivan Mukta just by observing the prana and becoming one with the Purusha. Yeah? And that itself might be the key for me to not come back into body again. That might make me a Jivan Mukta and hence the last birth.
I think the other approaches are very abstract in nature, but this is very tangible. Like, you can use this practically.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
When that point had come, Mitesh, about cessation of prana, that time they hadn't explained what prana is, right? They had equated prana only to breath, and it was in that part where we did all those 5 techniques of pranayama. That is what was prana at that point.
Yeah. See, this chapter is directly on liberation. The name of this chapter is liberation. Yeah. So now everything is going one level deeper, one level deeper. It's going into the core. Yeah. Everything before this was just warm up. This is the main chapter, which you started after your last exam. That reminds me, your exam should be coming up soon. Any other questions?
No question, just a big thank you to you, and something so complex, much easier to understand. I did have a question, which you said to bring it up it's too late for that.
Prashanjit asked me a question. Why in Hariom meditation we only focus on the upper chakras? We did in Bhagavad Gita, there are lower chakras in your legs, all the way till your heel. Yeah. So now you understand it's prana is in my heart. Yeah, it's so tangible. It's easy for me to do this, but it's so difficult for me to focus on apana. Could you focus on apana? Beyond the stomach, you could not focus on the apana going all the way to your feet, right? So it is very difficult to focus on the chakras lower. Yeah, and that would take your interest away from the exercise because it's intangible. Yeah. In the upper chakras, prana is more tangible. That is why, that is the simple reason. But you would have not understood this in an email without this whole today's session.
So how does, so although we do focus on the top chakras, I guess the prana will still flow up from the bottom chakras too.
Yes, absolutely, it does. Yeah. There, even if you go to an Ayurvedic doctor, and women sometimes go through hormonal changes and have mood swings and all. And if you ask the doctor what to do, he'll say, oh, your heel chakra is not functioning well. Put your heels into salt water and sit, and you will think he's gone cuckoo. Yeah, but it really works. Salt has that effect on the chakras, and it helps to open up that chakra. Yeah, that is the same funda that is used in spas. They put the salt in the bath and they make you have a warm bath. They don't know how all this is really working, but really it is affecting your puryastaka and all your chakras are opening up.
And the sea water also, right?
Yes, yes. The sea salt only they put, no, in the spa, in the bath, and I don't know what all that is.
So what else do they put? Aroma baths. I'm going to sit my heels right now.
Yeah. It'll help you if someday you're feeling very moody, no? Just
Why are you asking me, buddy?
सुबह को अच्छा नहीं लगा
पेडिक्योर और मैनिक्योर करता हूँ क्या?
ठीक है. Hopefully I've answered all your questions. If some questions come up, I'm sure something will come up on Puryastaka. So
Thank you.
most welcome. You can send me the questions if they come up. Yeah. And I'll see you next week. Jai Gurudev.